Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and the whole flare thing is imminent now. It's like within 4 hours or so. I'll show you the clock here in a second. So this will be interesting. Now, this is from Ledger. Ledger, one of my sponsors. You can click on the link in the top of the description if you want to get one. They just came out with their Ledger stacks. I've already ordered mine. Estimated shipping April 2023. Here's what they say. Hey, XRP holders, we're ready for Flare token distribution. You'll be able to add Flare account on Ledger Live at launch, okay? Then we have this from John Deaton. Now, this is interesting. I had no idea of this. XRP holders, please be advised that crypto law received the below motion for XRP holders who had their XRP on Celsius Network on the day of the snapshot will hopefully receive the airdrop. Now, I'm assuming, because I was not, I had opened a Celsius account at one point, but I never put a lot in there. I never felt comfortable with the idea of receiving interest. Never was comfortable enough with that. So, so what they're saying here, though, is that if you did, I'm assuming that the app, I don't even know if the app still works. I don't know how you would go about. I don't know if what they're saying is that you can prove it to them that you had an account and whatever. I don't know how they're going to do that or what that means exactly. But I'm sure you'll probably receive an email or something telling you the deal. Now, I wanted to show you this because this is not Flare, but this is the Flare IOU. And I don't know that these two markets are in any way related at all. Probably not. But this is on BitTrue, and the Flare IOUs like tanked over the last 24 hours by like 40%. They're 27 cents, it looks like. But again, I don't know if this has any correlation whatsoever to what the price of Flare. Flare could come out and go below pennies for all I know. I don't have any clue. Maybe it'll do really well. I hope that it does real well for everybody involved, including myself, for getting the drop. But here it is. Here's the countdown. 0 days, 2 hours, 52 minutes, 49 seconds, 47 that is. All right. Now, I went to meet my son at his school about something. And while I was there, one of the guys from iTrustCapital called me, and he wanted me to relay to everybody that's got iTrustCapital accounts that they are going to receive the Flare drop at 3:59 Pacific time today. It's not going to be W Flare, it's going to be Flare, okay? I asked him about whether you're going to be able to delegate and all that stuff. He said that they are in direct communication with Hugo Filion from Flare, who's the CEO of Flare, as well as the Flare team, okay? He said they are working on all of the things you would be concerned about, including, my understanding is you're going to delegate it or something like that in order to be able to receive your later drops. And they're actively working on that, and they will be coming out with a thing. Now, I also know, because he told me that when Flare hits your account in iTrustCapital, because of the liquidity providers, there is no market yet. It will not immediately be available for trading, so you won't be able to trade. You're just going to get it. But in the, I don't know, days, whatever, weeks, month, I don't know how long it's going to take, but they will, they'll get to that too, I guess. So all of that's, now this guy replied with the perfect thing. It's time. That right there, when I saw that, I was like, well, there's my thumbnail. So then we got this from eGreg Crypto. Every time he comes out with, he either comes out with or he makes me aware of a new charting term. Anytime they're funny or something like that, or they're catchy, I like it. XRP, candle 21. If my thesis or candle count is rhyming with XRP historical data, then XRP is at candle 21 from the highs. Previously, XRP pumped 97%. And if this will rhyme and pump again, then 60 cents is in play. Note, lots of alts are popping up. It might be an early sign for a pump. Okay, we shall see. Jim Cramer, I think Jim Cramer's handlers have told him, or have called, I always picture it as Jim picking up the phone, and he goes, yes, sir. And they say, all right, Jim, it's time for you to go negative on crypto for a while. And hey, maybe throw something negative about XRP specifically in there. Yes, sir. And he hangs up. That's how I picture it anyway. Okay, what do we have next? Now, Charles Gasparino, who, like Jim Cramer, has been kind of negative on the whole XRP community, whatever, lately. Charles says, breaking, prosecutors are telling lawyers connected to SBF fraud investigation the case is so sprawling that it could exhaust resources of the Southern District since it includes potential bribery, campaign contribution violations, market manipulation, on top of theft and fraud. Uh-oh. Have you seen ETHgate? Charles told us not to look at ETHgate anymore. He wants you should be looking at the FTT token and Sam Bankman-Fried, not ETHgate. Now, Rosalind Layton apparently she's the one that wrote that SEC Spin Doctors article. It was from Apple News this morning. I couldn't get the link to work, but I'm showing it to you again because I didn't realize she wrote it on Forbes, okay? So let's look at the Forbes article. I wanted to show you below this because she's basically kind of calling out Charles Gasparino, I think. It was curious, therefore, when Charles Gasparino on Fox Business tweeted some exclusive reporting on an autopsy of the Ripple case unfolding at the SEC. Gasparino and his colleague Eleanor Terrett reported on the conflicts of interest among Clayton and his now departed senior staff. Gasparino tweeted, "It's worth seeking why the SEC did focus on XRP Ripple, noting that his agency sources claim Ripple management was flouting their authority by continuing to sell XRP after on notice to stop because the way it is being sold seemed to establish XRP's designation as a security. Ripple never received any notice to stop selling XRP from the SEC. No letters or official warnings were published or issued that have shown up on the case docket. While Ripple's sales seemed to make XRP a security to one official, a trove of internal emails and documents that the SEC fought for more than a year to hide from the judge show a muddy internal picture. What does compliance mean for Ripple or any market participant in such a cloud of confusion? Reporter Gasparino attempts to capture verbatim the mind-bending SEC gobbledygook on the issue, but no conversational workarounds can hide the SEC's failed, destructive policy of regulation by enforcement." I think that's her way of saying, Charles, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. That's just my interpretation. Now, this is interesting. Now, DCG, the Digital Currency Group, which if I had to pick one thing I would have thought never would have happened in this space, this is it. Barry Silbert and the Digital Currency Group were at the very top of the stack, folks. And to see this is pretty wow. So DCG is being investigated by the SEC over financial transfers between the company and its Genesis unit. I don't know if Solana and ADA have anything to do with the first line, but so they're being looked into by the SEC. Then we have this from XRP Darren. A team of researchers in China has unveiled a technique that theoretically could crack the most commonly used types of digital privacy using a rudimentary quantum computer. You mean digital privacy as in cryptocurrency, maybe? Who knows? Like your own keys? Let's hope not. Now, I saw this video today and I couldn't remember if I had ever seen it or shown it, but it's worth showing you so that you understand what the SEC of the United States of America does to its own citizens. Citizens in this case that are literally providing jobs for probably thousands and thousands and tax money that goes into the coffers to help thousands and thousands, supposedly help thousands and thousands of people. Watch this.
I was told by the banks that if I did not agree to settle with the SEC, that the banks would cease providing working capital and Tesla would go bankrupt immediately. So that's like having a gun to your child's head. So I was forced to concede to the SEC unlawfully, those bastards. And now it makes it look like I lied when I did not in fact lie. I was forced to admit that I lied to save Tesla's life, and that's the only reason.
So this is the way that our country works now. United States of America, land of the free, right? You got a SEC goes after you. Then their banker buddies, since it's a revolving door between the SEC and the Fed and all the other places and the banks, they just pick up the phone, call their buddy at the banks and say, look, here's what we're trying to do. Or they have one of those meetings, because we've seen all the Jamie Dimon meetings with Gary Gensler. And they just sit down and say, oh, okay, here's what we're going to do. And then you hold a guy like this that's minding his own business hostage with collusion between the banks and the SEC to get what the SEC wants, regardless of the law and regardless of what's right and wrong. That's where we are, folks. Sick. People need to go to jail. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family that this right here is sick. And if I was him, I'm surprised he didn't turn around after the lawsuit was over and sue them for everything they got.